All right, we're back.
All right, so we are now going to start part two of our one shot.
Part 2 of 2.
For those of you who are tuning in either via podcast or via the YouTube streams, first part was basically an introduction of Elytrana, Special Agent Elytrana, who was brought in by special request by Archduke Bartolomeo to take care of help with this interrogation of the suspect Bartram Van Dyne in the murder of his father. And where we left off, it got very uncomfortable.
For some.
Where Elytrana had used her feminine wiles to kind of divert Bertram's attention away from the fact that he was in a holding cell being interrogated. And Bertram is trying to use his charm.
He's a were-weasel. That's what I've decided Bertram is. He's a secretly a were-weasel.
Decided he was going to try to use his charms because he felt like he was making a real connection with Elytrana here. You know.
God, I hate this creature.
And
I hate it so much.
And if he makes a connection with E, Meat is going to make a connection between my longsword and his face.
He's just going to push his thumbs right into his eyes.
Nah, that's too quick.
Bowling ball.
I'm literally just going to I'm going to carve words into his forehead and make him read them in a mirror.
As delicately as Meat can muster.
Hey, when it comes to violence, Meat is damn good.
Also, keeping in mind, Meat is not good at spelling, so he's
You have to
It's not going to be able to read
Cross
these
out
words.
a couple of times.
Who got an eraser?
He
Cross
belt
it out.
sands the dude's face. There we go. There we go. Got it that time.
Just gets a pumice stone and just...
Still on there.
I'll reveal your skin's fresh, just lay you.
Oh god.
So yeah, I'm still playing Meat.
Meat, spa, and massage.
Yeah. Who at this moment is trying not to run into a room and punch a guy.
All right, so Elytrana, we had left it at you with Bertram opening
Eating
the
a
door.
croissant.
Eating croissant.
Croissant?
And saying, so what do you want to know?
Time out real fast. Noman's gonna lean out the hall and go and like motion to Clanger and Nobby to come back in. And be like, watch.
They're mainly there to block Meat.
Let's see.
They're mainly there to block Meat from the door.
Right. And so they're like torn between like, do we protect Bertram or do we watch this happen?
Because they both know that should Meat decide to go in,
He's
There's not
going.
really gonna be much
They're gonna need to
between
clean up Bertram with a mop.
yeah. But there's little that they could do to stop him. So more it's like, because even though they might be in full armor, they might still have their helmets. If Meat decides to go in and they get in their way, the helmet is wearing them for protection.
Yeah.
So, but we go back to our interrogation room here.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to play this soft. I kind of. So he.
Can we-
he asked.
Can we put number
what do you
4
want
on
to
the
know?
phrasing thing with that? Playing with it soft.
5.
Oh. I missed 2 apparently.
No, there were two were off stream. We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll have to get that up and running.
I don't know.
Phrasing count.
Yeah, phrase count.
Phrasing. Roll the phrase. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I know that he frequents a bar, right?
Yes, one of the ones he's like this rich kid who likes to throw money around. He likes to slum it. He likes to head down to like, dive bars and, you know,
Okay,
because
and
because
I
it's easier,
probably
it's
know
easier for him to be.
he's a narcissist, right?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
huge, yeah.
Okay, so I
And the
I
bar
just-
the one bar that he likes to go to is the Stank Bug, which is the one where
I live.
Noman lives in the basement,
okay.
where it is
I
damp.
just I'm just here to find out stuff about. I'm here to talk about you. I hear you like to go to maybe some bars. Tell me about you. What do you like to do?
I'm trying to put this in a way that's not going to make me throw up.
Oh
Just
god.
do it, man.
Uh,
You're the one that created this story, so
I
it's your
know.
fault.
To quote the philosopher Wayne Campbell, if you see a girl and you think you're gonna hurl, I say hurl. If you blow chunks and she runs away, it was never meant to be, my friend. But if you spew and she comes running, that's a good thing.
Very good philosopher.
Didn't you guys spew? Didn't spew? He says, "Yeah, I like to hang with my boys, my bros." I'm sorry.
I was waiting for the word broskies to come out, and I was gonna lose it.
Just do a
So-
thumbs up when you're ready.
Bob, you're muted.
Do a thumbs up when you're ready.
Thumbs up when you're ready.
I've been sick for a
We've
week,
lost
yeah.
our entire cast.
We lost our cast. It's like, yeah, like to hang with my boys, my bros, my broskies. We'll head down to the bar, get some drinks. Just have a good
Oh.
time. That's our
the
thing.
bar.
Yeah.
Do you have? I'm kind of new to this area. Do you have a good bar that you would recommend?
Man, all these places suck. I just
Aw.
go to, I mean, I'm planning on, opening my own bar.
Okay.
The place is gonna be banging.
What do you plan on doing with it? That sounds really
Oh my god, this
exciting.
place is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like nothing but like the best drinks, the best food, the best music. I mean, it's
We're
just
losing
like,
our cast.
Keep going, please.
Blissfully
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Blissfully ignorant.
We're causing them to drink. Yeah, he's just like, nah, man, I got ideas, man. I got all sorts of ideas. This place is gonna be awesome. I mean, I know how to run a bar. I mean, like these places that we go that around here, just, I mean, they all suck. So I mean, I've been to a lot of them, so I know what works. So I've got some
Nice.
ideas. Yeah.
How are you gonna build it? Do you have like a job?
I got money. I got money.
You got money? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got money.
Did you do like investing?
No,
No.
I mean, no, I didn't know.
Okay. So it's like a family thing, maybe.
Yeah,
They're helping you out. Okay,
yeah.
that's nice. So you
No,
got
I
a
mean,
good
I
family.
mean, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Do you have a good like relationship with your family? They want to help their boy out, succeed. You look like a really good guy.
I mean,
No, I'm not.
I just see the look on some faces here.
It's at this point that Meat decides now might be time to go get a cup of coffee.
because that's what we wanted. A caffeinated tank.
Because if he stays around, this fella's dead. So, for his own good, Meat is going to
Take a walk.
take a walk for about 5 minutes, let E do her thing,
I'm sorry. Where were we on this?
I was just.
With
I'm
the
trying
family.
to
Yeah.
boast. I'm
Yeah, and he
boosting
goes-
his ego.
And he goes, I mean, nah.
You
I
look like
mean,
you're a good kid. That your family would want to help
they
you
don't, They
out.
don't get me. My family, they don't get me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. She kind of. God, this is hard. She.
Yeah, I know.
Phrasing.
Add one.
This many.
Add it.
6.
This many.
She feels like Electrana's got like a good kind of vibe going on within, so she kind of stands up and does like the little stretch, and you know where it's going.
Yes.
She's gonna unbutton her overcoat because she's got like the comfortable, and she's gonna okay, and put the jacket over on the chair.
Because it's always
Kinda-
so warm in the precinct basements.
Always warm in the
Yeah,
interior.
I like the precinct basement, so I hang
I
out down here.
am so glad meat left.
I waited for a reason.
So like Noman has like gathered up his bowl and is like just in awe, just eating more. Like, oh no!
First, he's looking at this like, oh, this dude's buying all of this. What a fucking idiot! Oh, no.
Meanwhile, like Nobby's just sitting there going, hamina, hamina, hamina.
Like
I wanna-
meat-like fist from off screen just bonk on the top of his head.
And then I'm gonna kind of do that, like sit down, lean back a little bit, cross the legs, kind of thing, and then go back to the talking.
Mhm.
He always maintaining that good eye contact. Let's see, where do I want to go with this?
No, we're good.
We're good. You don't want me to torture you anymore?
No, listen. There's.
Hey, look, you do what you see right. You do what you think is right.
This is. I'm merely adjudicating, and anyways,
Your fault, not mine.
mine.
You caused this, Brian.
I
You
did.
caused it.
You have.
So as I'm kind of getting like comfortable in this really uncomfortable chair because meat kind of cleaved his butt into it.
Meat was sat on the floor.
Oh, okay, meat was on the floor. Okay.
Yeah,
But he was still
Okay.
eye level.
yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of get a little bit comfortable, and I had the pleasure of talking to your housekeeper. She seems like a real nice girl. What do you talk with her often?
Oh, who to help? No.
Yeah. No?
No.
No?
I mean, she's nice. I mean, she's nice. But, I don't know her. Like, know her.
Okay. Yeah,
in a
she was
biblical
real.
sense.
In a biblical sense. God.
Biblically.
God, I hate this dude.
You hate it so much.
I hate him so much. Brian is fine. You're doing great. But
Can I? Has
Go ahead.
has he popped his collar yet?
No, God.
No.
Both.
you
She
stop
popped
that.
both collars.
Both.
You stop that now, you demon.
He's layering collars?
Ah.
Well, technically, if you wear a shirt with a jacket, you do have two collars.
No, I'm talking
Mhm.
about like the golf shirt and then the other golf shirt, and you pop.
He has
Oh,
a
yeah.
polo shirt on.
Yeah. That's how you brought him in. I mean, that's how he came in with the pop
I
collar.
didn't. I'm bringing it in.
No, not you. The watch as a whole
Oh.
brought him in this way with like, and yeah, he's got like dual tunic, popped collar on both.
Because I would have just dragged him through the streets naked.
Slap
he
him
would
a
have
few
he
times.
would have been clothed when you started, but just from him dragging, the clothes just sort of got caught on things.
Yeah, I completely accidentally.
Oops. Where'd your
What a
pants go?
dratted
Oh.
inconvenience.
Anyway, back to this interrogation.
Uncomfortable
there.
situation. Okay, so he's saying he doesn't know her. It's like, well, okay, that's So we're trying to you obviously I'm really sorry that your father has passed. I'm assuming they told you.
Yeah, I'm kind of broken up over it.
They
Doing
didn't.
Do a detect bullshit on
They're
that.
both going.
No, we did.
We did.
We
not,
did.
We did not tell him that his dad died.
We told
Percy
him
used the word
he was-
patricide.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, but we never explicitly said.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, well, he
I mean,
obviously
we
knows
sort of
inside
heavily implied it, but we never said it.
Yes, but I may have
Says
heavily implied that he had sex with sheep at one point when I was arresting him.
It's
Never
true.
said it.
That's true. There is a sheep picture on that board up there.
Oh God.
So we see the connection now between.
Sheep fucker.
But you
Welch.
fuck one sheep.
So yeah, I want to say how sorry I am to hear that your father has passed. I'm sure that's a difficult situation. I'm trying to get some information on him though. When was the last time
we're gonna rewind this for a second here, just because if we're saying
Okay.
saying that it was never explicitly said, so he's just like, so he kind of gets like this look of shock on his face, like, what are you talking about? My dad's dead.
I'm gonna insight check this motherfucker.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you gone getting coffee?
How long do you think it takes me to get coffee?
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How
I don't know.
long?
It's meat.
Coffee, and it appears in his hand.
I just realised I can't insight check this motherfucker because I don't have insight.
No, so it would just be a normal. Yeah, I guess.
D20.
So just a D20 roll?
Yeah, just a D20 roll.
Great
19.
D20.
So 19 do it for you?
Yeah. How does 19 do it? You do not detect deception. Deception.
Okay.
But that's you in the other room.
Got the kind of. Yeah, he
That-
got the
that-
kind of shock.
That's you
look.
watching from the scrying.
I also... yeah, never mind. I've watched Lie to Me one too many times.
Well, no, you could still not detect deception.
But that's what I'm saying is there are ways for him to be telling the truth and yet be lying.
Yeah, or just you just are like, fuck it, he's lying about something.
Mm.
Well,
Yeah.
we know he's lying about something.
Right.
We literally
Bertrand.
know. No, we literally know he's lying about not going.
There's
to the house.
evidence
Oh, I know.
to suggest and to prove.
But also, he is Bertram. He's lying.
Yeah.
Period.
His,
Always.
his mouth is moving. He's telling a lie.
No, but that's you in the other room. In other words, like, so you have your perception of him, but so. But yeah, so he reacts. Elatrana, he reacts a little shocked to this news. Like,
I
Like-
want to. Then I want to walk around the table and I want to put my hand on his shoulder and say, "I'm really sorry to tell you that your
Meat is
father
going to
has
trust.
passed."
Meat would like to roll a Constitution save to not throw up in his coffee. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure I succeeded.
It's like, blah.
He gags a
Blah.
little.
And he chokes it right back down. And he just so you put your hand on you
Gentle
see
touch
like
on the
walk
shoulder.
on his shoulder, and he does like
I want to walk around. And
he does one of
kinda-
these, like
Kadunk! I said if he touches her.
he's just like, yeah, I mean,
This is so uncomfortable.
he's dead.
Door open.
And the and are you like coming in, or is it just
I literally stare at him.
yeah?
I
As soon
look-
as he sees you, it's like
and I'm going, good boy. Click.
Open, single eye, staring through the crack.
Yeah, I don't even open the door. I open the slide. And I
the eyeball.
and he just hears ahem.
He just sees
Yeah,
through the door.
the eye of meat,
Blink.
not the eye of Sauron.
Yeah, I did say the moment he tried to touch her.
You did.
So-
You did. Accurate. Accurate.
And he's just like, and he kind of like sort of shuts down a little bit again. He kind of like, you could feel him like he kind of like, you know.
Yeah, deservedly so.
So yeah, but he's just, so he's like, oh, I can't. What do you mean what do you mean he's dead?
Back just on the table, but staying close quarters. Like, your father has passed, and we suspect that, obviously, as you've seen him recently, it wasn't natural causes. So we're just trying to gather some information, and you could be of really help as you're his son. When was the last time that you saw him?
Week ago.
Oh, he's still. Yes, he's still a fucker. Yes. I'm glad that you didn't make him tell the truth because I hate him, and I want him to suffer.
Okay, I want to do a persuasion check real quick.
Okay, what are we trying to persuade him of?
Because I'm going to bring up his mom.
Okay.
Oh. Ew.
And it's 18.
All right.
So with 18 in mind, I'm going to bring up
Like 18
I've talked
total, or
18 total. I rolled a 16.
So that would be
Well, you gave me a +2 to persuasion, right?
no, but in addition to your stat bonus as well.
yeah.
So you're
So
getting
I
an
didn't
what's your
take
charisma? Your charisma
Plus
is
3, so you get a +5 on that. So you're at 21.
what? Get persuaded, nerd.
Suffer for it. Suffer.
Kind of want to just scoot just ever so much closer, put my hand down. So I'm basically kind of in front of him, but leaning in. I talked to your mom. Meat's dying. Like, I talked to your mom because we're really trying to gather a bunch of information here. She said that you guys, what was it? She saw the night prior, right? I have that right?
Mhm.
Okay. That you guys had a conversation the night prior. So I was just trying to, since it was fairly recent, we're just trying to get a little bit of information on his last few days.
Last night?
The night, yes.
It would technically be the night
night prior?
before last.
Two nights ago.
Because we're like 1 o'clock in the morning right now.
Yeah, or yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, I don't remember going. I don't remember going to the house the other night.
What were you doing 2 nights ago then?
Just hanging with my boys.
Oh, what were you guys doing?
I turned to Nobby and
Clanger.
Clanger and be like, bring him in.
His boys.
Yeah.
His crew.
Yeah, his voice.
Because we need to confirm he was with them or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he will have always had the same boys, and they have rap sheets too. If he's got a rap sheet,
Exactly.
Yeah. So okay, so they go, and they know exactly who to round up.
Round up them all. Round them all.
And it's not like me just going, bring him in. It's like gritted teeth, like, bring those motherfuckers to me.
does Percy get to do his thing again with 2 more people?
Yes.
Yeah.
At the same time.
This time you get to have 2 of them in the same room and cross-reference.
They're going to be opposite rooms, and we're just going to go back and forth and say, that's not what he said.
That's a legitimate tactic.
The prisoner's dilemma.
Mm.
Yeah, he goes.
Okay. So you were hanging out with your friends. What were you doing
Yeah.
that night? Just give me a basic rundown.
We were hitting the pubs. We were getting turned.
God damn you,
Did
Brian.
you go to like a Did you go to a bunch of different ones, or were you at one?
Yeah.
Where'd you just so I know?
I remember, man, I got wrecked that night.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. We were
so
at.
it's a little fuzzy.
Yeah, it's a lot fuzzy. We were we went to the Stank Bug.
The same. Oh, okay, cool.
I remember that one.
Is
That's
that
the
a
one
good
I
one
remember.
or a bad one?
Dude,
That's
I
the one
told
you remember.
They
Okay.
all suck. I mean, but yeah, no, that's
Okay,
my
yeah.
bar is gonna be awesome. My bar is gonna be awesome.
Okay. Do you remember like how long you were there? Just ish, nothing specific.
A few hours, most of the night. Honestly, I don't remember most. I mean, and when you hang with us, I mean,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
get
you guys have a good time?
get lit.
Okay,
Meat is about to set this man on fire, so yes, he will be lit.
On fire.
Okay. I mean, like,
He will be luminous.
do you remember? Do you remember like where you woke up? Obviously, you had a really fun night.
I made it home.
You made it home.
Yeah,
Okay.
I must have. That's where I woke up. I woke up in my own bed.
Okay. I want to kind of do a little.
If I spent the whole night in my own bed, I don't know, but
Okay.
you know.
So you just don't remember. It's kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
wanna kinda-
I can't look directly at Brian. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm trying to like make
I
can't do it.
I'm just gonna kind of lean in a little bit more, and just do like a kind of like this on the cheek chin area, and be like, okay, just give me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay. We've got some paperwork and stuff to do. Don't worry. We'll be right back. And kind of do a brush on the shoulder, and I want to maybe grab walk out the door. I'm going to leave my coat in there for a reason.
I'm gonna put Nolan puts his bowl down and like brushes himself off again.
Okay, so
Percy is going over his douchebag suspect bingo card.
oh God.
So close.
Damn it! Damn it! Just one more innuendo and I have it.
You actually have one, and it's like, oh, if
Yeah.
they say this, if they do this. What'd you call it? It was called
Douchebag bingo.
The douchebag suspect bingo.
douchebag suspect bingo.
You know what's sad is I've met guys like that IRL.
That hurts my feelings and my spirit.
The worst part is I've met guys like that wanted to be my friend, and I'm like,
Oh God.
no.
This is not how this is gonna work.
No. So, like, have you ever imagine, if you will, a cat with its heckles raised.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine that cat is bipedal, has grey skin, is made of
balls.
muscle, and is 8.5 feet tall.
Right.
That is what's waiting for E on the other side of the door. Like, he is. It's more like it's taking every single piece of effort he has in his entire body not to just walk in and break this guy.
Pop him like a zit.
I'm gonna stab him in each of his major organs in alphabetical order. Like,
Keeping in mind, Meat isn't all that good at spelling, so he might get this wrong, and he'll have to stab a few
Gotta go
couple
back.
and then he's gonna set him on fire. So yeah, there's just like this. It's like,
I'm gonna at the second like the door closes, then I'm gonna kind of do the, and I'm gonna notice Meat and just kind of do like a calming. It's okay.
It is like petting a rock.
it's like I've just got this image.
The most
I've just got
professional
this image
version of a hug.
I've just got this image of like Black Widow and the Hulk in Age of Ultron, Where it's like, okay, calm down,
Yeah,
big guy. Like, don't kill him.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sun's getting low.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Get more as Thor.
And,
Sun's getting low.
yeah. Kind of look around. Okay. Friends. Do we know who they are?
I've got Nobby and Clanger bringing him in.
Okay.
And
So
I'll go get the rap sheets.
okay.
Because I want to check it. I want to go check if there was any disturbances the night before last. Because if they get drunk, like you said he does, they usually cause some trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go look into that.
Okay. Good job, Meat.
Percy holds up his bingo card like, so close.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay. I wanna let him simmer in there with, some girl is in there flirting with him, and I wait for the friends to get
I
here.
kind of want Noman to go in there with like just his bowl.
Eat.
Would you like to?
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do I find out if there were any disturbances involving the friends on the night they claimed to be out getting turned?
Let's use all the douchebag terminology.
I
we can
love
today.
that you verbally added quotes and sarcasm to that at the same time in the same breath.
That's cool being English, mate. That sounds
I
special.
love how through all of this, I just see Brian like, I hate myself. I hate
I
myself.
kind of do right
I'm
now.
fidgeting.
This is what Jerry meant. When he's
One
Yeah.
might say they were out getting crunk.
Ugh.
quote unquote.
Yeah.
crunk.
All right,
Don't like
so
it.
going back to the original question, what was the question?
Usually when douchebag
If they were getting rowdy.
usually when douchebag McGrabby Hands and his boys are out getting on the drunk side of things,
Mm-hmm.
they usually cause a ruckus to the point where the watch needs to be called.
Mm-hmm.
Were the watch called anywhere?
Not. So you can like ask around. You can like talk to like the desk sergeant, who would like they would have all the reports for okay, we have to go. Nothing that turns up. I mean, you have to look through a few pages of stuff from the previous night or from the night that they're talking about. Nothing with their names comes up. So
Yeah.
it's likely because it wasn't like a nightly thing where you had to go deal with them.
No, but usually when they're out getting rowdy enough for
Yeah.
douchebag McGrabby Hands to not remember how he got
Drunken
home.
debauchery.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when they're that bad, there's some disturbances.
Yeah.
So,
You do know that sometimes reports with them have gone missing.
then I'm going to start asking questions.
Uh-oh.
Let me rephrase that. Meat is going to start asking questions. In that way, only meat can.
Them, where they go.
Blunt. Force.
Them go where?
Trauma.
Okay, then so I'm assuming that we get all of this information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Let's,
I'll bring their standard rap sheets to E as well.
Yeah. And then I obviously see Meat needs to go do something. Like, you want to go question?
Oh.
Question?
You probably think that's a bad idea.
I'm sure I do, but there's something that's coming up next that I don't want Meat around for.
Then you should.
Meat
What
question?
you should do is not. You should probably not have him in the building.
Yeah, so I want you to go ask. Maybe I'm gonna send you off to the bars where they were
All right.
allegedly at.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Time to do some footwork.
Yep.
Yeah, because we need to corroborate whether he was where he says he were, and
Very much.
obviously
What time in the
These
morning
bars
is it
would
right
know.
now?
So I'm going to say the first part of the negotiation, the interrogation, you guys probably got him in at around 2 a.m.
And we're waiting for the guys to
You were
get
probably
rounded up.
you guys were screwing with him for at least an hour or two. So we're getting to like the wee hours. It's probably
So
just
the bars would be opening up again.
for third shift. Yeah, for the graveyard shift
Yeah.
people
Okay.
that were working the docks, that are finishing up they have like their 1-2 hours where they're not
Yeah.
open, so they're
Just to clean
so,
the floor and shit like that. Yeah.
yeah, to clean up, throw
Get the puke
sawdust,
off.
on the vomit, just sweep it up. Yeah, so you're getting to that kind of like early morning. Yeah, shifts are changing.
Alright.
Yeah.
Then I will grab a couple of regular watchmen and go do some questioning.
Okay. And this is like Meat's thing, work in the street, getting doing
Yeah,
that.
since he's familiar with it and that's where he came from, I feel confident in,
Also, she doesn't want him dead.
No, yeah, I need to interrogate this guy more, so I need Meat to be occupied, which for a little bit.
So Percy and Noman, what are your guys' plans at the moment?
Well, Percy, isn't he getting the friends?
No, that was
No.
Nobby and Clanger.
No, but Percy's
okay.
going to be
Interrogating them.
friends.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably gonna run down and check on Ethos to see if he's got anything else for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So however you want to run that. I'm gonna be going back in with friend guy here, but let's do the other guys for now.
Okay. And Noman, Percy, you're just waiting. Are you doing any kind of?
I'm getting a handful of interrogation cells ready, and they have to be 3 of them in a row, or at least one that can be divided down really quickly.
Yeah.
But,
How many friends are there?
There's 2 that are part of his crew,
Posse, if you will.
his posse,
His
On
entourage.
my way out.
his
On my way out.
boys.
On my way out, I am specifying to the next hardest member of this crew to not leave E unwatched in that room. And if that douchebag touches her, I want at least 3 of his fingers.
Not broken. I want the fingers.
I want the actual fingers.
Pinned to the board.
They probably think I'm overreacting a little, but that's just me.
So you find the next biggest son of a bitch in the department. You're like, go hang out in the.
Like if I'm Brock Lesnar, I'm gonna go find you and Conor McGregor.
I gotta look these people up. I have no idea who you're talking
They're
about.
UFC fighters.
Okay.
Or
Conor McGregor's an Irish badass.
Or to give you an idea, if I'm Hulk Hogan, I'm going to get the Macho Man.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That helped. These are references I understand.
I got that reference.
No, I get that one. I knew that one.
I know that one.
I know that one.
So, anyways, you said you're getting 3 rooms. Okay.
Oh no, just 2. Just 2.
Two. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're.
And I'd like manacles and shackles to be hung from hooks from between the 2 doors.
I thought
entryway.
she was the one doing the seducing.
We're going down a highly different route than I thought.
I would just point out, I pointed down because on our call, Clues is below me, but I just realized I'm pointing at Cleric.
You need to
And I
point.
just called him she.
Yeah.
I thought she was the one doing the seducing.
You're let's see, you're that way to
Yeah.
me. But
you're
on
putting-
on the call, you're down way below Viking that way.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I have no idea anymore.
So anyway, so you're setting up the shackles and manacles. This is on outside of the.
And the idea is they're going to be brought in, shackled, hung from these hooks outside the interrogation room. And as soon as they show up, I'm just going to march up to them and say, "Okay, which one of you did it?" And I'll have Clanger and Nobby drag either one of them into separate rooms.
And okay, so you're getting all this prepared, and
Yeah.
you're getting your sheets of
Mhm.
papers, or you're just?
Oh no, this is
Crumpled up
interrogation
sealed on
method
paper.
number 2.
Oh, we're going a
Yeah.
different route.
Ooh.
Ooh, we're okay. I like this.
Interrogation method number 2 will be I go to one of them, I say, the other one said you did this. And I'll go to the other one,
Do
the
that
other one
back
said
and forth.
you did this. And just back and forth until somebody confesses to something.
Someone did something, and we're gonna find out exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
pretty sure this is illegal.
no,
In
that's a
our-
legitimate tactic.
But
Our
is it
personal
illegal in
culture?
Faerun?
It's true.
I mean, they probably have pillories and such. still.
Given that we're investigating crimes
Mhm.
in an environment where shit like shapeshifters and
Yeah.
charm person and disguise self exist, I get the feeling the rules might be a little looser.
That's true. That's very true.
Yep.
The more guidelines,
Yeah.
really, than actual rules.
The actual. Thank you, Captain Barbosa.
Yes, exactly. I'm disinclined.
There
to
are more
acquiesce to requests
guidelines
than
than actual rules.
I'm disinclined
Exactly.
to acquiesce.
Disinclined to
request.
acquiesce to your
Yes,
request.
yes.
It means no.
Means no.
Gotta love Jeffrey Rush. Anyways,
Yep.
so okay, so Noman, you head back down to the
Yes.
slabs,
Yes.
and Molinar at this point is wrapping up. You can-
Ethos is his
Oh,
name.
I'm sorry. You're right. Molinar was the spell slinger. So yeah, Ethos was. So he's actually done. He's pretty much done the autopsy at this point. He's got.
Yeah.
You can see he's got his. It's a bloody. I mean, this thing is a bloody affair. I mean, even though it's
Of course.
but so it's got a slab, and it actually has like collection troughs around it, so that way it directs all the blood and fluids.
There's no such thing as an open casket funeral in Baldur's Gate.
It collects all the fluids.
Yes.
And the miasma and all the other stuff, like in one area.
Yep.
You can see he's finishing up his notes, from weighing all the organs and everything, and he doesn't even look up, and he says, Noman, you probably want the results.
That would be ideal if you have them.
He says, as best I could tell, death by exsanguination due to sharp trauma to the heart muscle. But I would say that the cuts on his arms were pre-mortem. Whoever did this to him while he was still alive. I did detect there was something.
That scent that we found earlier, but we
Yeah.
couldn't place.
I have. You should probably go talk to the apothecary. I've made some notes as to what I was able to determine, and he has like notes about like the scent and like different concepts, like the viscosity of the blood and very technical
Toxicology.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he says, he's like, as best I can tell, this is a paralytic, but I don't know much more than that. You need to go talk to an apothecary about this.
Do you have a recommendation?
Yeah, he says, head on down to Roots and Things, which is a place like around the corner.
Yeah.
Marvelous name.
Yep.
I mean, I dig the simplicity of it.
I mean, you know what you're getting.
You know,
That
it's
death
roots
and
things.
beyond, that kind of thing.
It's not.
Just to confirm.
It's not like walking. Yes.
For me, not for
Okay.
me, for me,
For Bob,
you said the wounds were made pre-mortem.
the ones on his arms. Yeah, the one where it looked
Yeah.
like they diced. Yeah.
Right.
You have feelings about this.
Yeah.
I think we discovered in our initial investigation that they were post-mortem. Or rather, they were...
We
Assumed it.
suspected they were post-mortem
because of the
because
lack
there
of
wasn't much blood.
Mm-hmm.
And if you'd have had huge wounds like that opened up on your arms, which contain major arteries,
right.
before you're dead, you're gonna look like the fucking fountains at the Bellagio. The,
This is
Could be a
problematic.
like
clue.
the big fountains that like.
So would
Enough
would
to just bring
Noman
back skin.
would Noman bring this up?
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, that's
No.
me saying
Yeah.
this, not me.
Well,
Yeah.
I was writing that down and I was like, that can't be right because
I'll shut up again then.
yeah, you're
No,
fine.
no, it's okay.
These
So
are valid points.
so Noman, you bring that up to Ethos.
Yeah, essentially, like I understand that this is happening pre-mortem,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean the amount of blood on the scene. I mean, it was heavy, but it wouldn't have been. It would have been extraordinary.
Yeah, and here's why I say that. And he takes you over to the body, and he shows you. He starts pointing out the skins, and he goes, "Whoever did this cut around the major arteries."
Well, you did say it was surgical precision earlier.
Surgical precision. So this person, whoever made these cuts,
So he filleted him.
knows
Yeah.
anatomy. This was done very carefully because there's I'm looking here and you can see like there's like the main arteries like intact. Like
Like
running-
almost like one would see in a textbook.
yes, yeah. Like in the various tomes that you've examined over the years. Whoever did this with absolute surgical precision and knew exactly where they were cutting and how deep to cut, and he's like this. He's like, because when I'm looking at this person, you know, he's like, the victim bled, but this wouldn't cause enough to cause death by exsanguination. It would hurt.
It would be
He might-
capillary damage and
Yeah, he's like, and mind you, I've never seen anything like this.
So the number of people that could pull this off, give me a rough estimate. In this city, how many surgeons do you know with that level of skill?
4, maybe. 4 could do it. 2 of them are out of the city right now at a conference in Neverwinter. I couldn't do this.
Do you have those names?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, like if you need time to think them up, that's fine.
Yeah, give me time to actually think.
No,
of
no, that's
names.
totally cool. I'll just block off that there are 4 names.
Yeah. I really hope that Clues mutes her microphone.
She did. It's
We're about to have a naked gun thing happen here. Anyways, yeah. So we'll come up with. So we need some surgeon names.
Because that's not very many people, and
Yeah, to go to this level that are here in the city right now that I know of, it's 4, or that could potentially be here. 2 of them are out of the city at a conference.
so it's entirely possible that this is an outside operator. I mean, one obviously was skilled, but I mean, if 2 of them are out of the city, 2 more,
In the city.
right? And these are not young men, right? These are not like in their
No.
prime, able to scale rooftops and
No.
climb through windows.
Oh God, no. They're the only one who you could even consider young is an elf, but he's one of the ones that's at the conference. The other 2 they're old men.
Right. And they're not undead, I assume.
No, they're not lich or anything like that. And the one, again, we'll come back with names. The one that's an elf, he's like, I can personally vouch for his character and that this is beyond the pale. I mean, I could say for all of them, this is beyond the pale of what any of them would be capable of doing. This is
Noted.
To peel someone's skin like this and reveal the inner workings of their anatomy like this while they're still alive is just
It's
horrifying
what I'm
act.
gonna do to Bertram.
This Also Bertram.
Let's see how this works.
This one's purple. Rip.
This one, hey, if I poke you here, you bark like a dog.
Yep.
Get dark.
So, all right. Well, that's good. That's
And he
good
says,
information.
yeah, but he goes as far as the chemical that we're talking about. Go down the roots and things. Ask for Carl. He should be. If anyone can identify what this is, he can.
I'm having a little connector moment. Like,
Okay.
the amount of blood in
Mhm.
that room.
Mm-hmm.
This man's been exsanguinated, utterly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would say that there's probably not a drop of blood left in him.
He was
He's pretty
nothing,
dry,
Nothing flowing in him. A lot of the blood collected in the main body cavity with that piercing of the heart.
right? But not enough to constitute most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that crime scene was bloody, right?
Yeah, it was a bloody crime scene.
But like all the blood, or like less blood than there should be blood.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
Give me a roll here.
What?
And let me know what do you think you should use on this?
Yeah. I mean, it would have to be investigation or perception, because it was a visual
Okay.
thing. So one of those.
Give me a roll.
Okay.
A D20.
I have a natural 20.
Whoa!
Wah, wah, wah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Amazing. That would be a total of a 24
So
for a perception check.
I'm envisioning this is kind of like where you go into Sherlock mode, right? And you start seeing like the labeling, and it's just and you can say as you're looking, it's sort of almost like you're cross-referencing things, like, you know, how are these things all. So the one thing
there's a pie involved somewhere.
both the number
And
and
the actual.
And there's a sweet and a savory pie.
Yes. So it's like a continuum of pies.
there's they bring the pie continuum. Okay, here, and so what you're looking at is that this definitely was done by someone who was skilled,
Mm-hmm.
who had to have knowledge of the human anatomy to do this.
Expert knowledge.
Yes, almost mastery level knowledge of this. They had to have access to this, whatever this herb was, whatever this chemical was that was in his bloodstream, that caused him to be paralyzed. Therefore, you're able to figure out that obviously he was paralyzed before this person came in. That would therefore explain why they were able to get in through the window without him noticing. Anything.
And that would bring up the wine that we took from the building.
Yeah, and you say, okay, so now we think wine. That's probably in the wine. So somehow the chemical got into the wine, and then he drank the wine. So this is someone who is then therefore was knowledgeable of his habits to know, okay, this is what he's going to do. So you've made a whole bunch of connections here.
Right.
But part of you tells you that not all of the blood was there.
Okay.
So given that there was arcane marks on the heart, then you're bringing some of this together. Like,
Remember when I said there were things that I figured out that meat didn't? That was one of them.
Yeah.
Not all the blood was there.
So, yeah. So you're making a few connections here. So it's also someone, in addition to having a mastery level of human anatomy, also
There's some magical fuckery happening.
has some arcane knowledge.
Yep. Okay. This
Some-
is a problem. Does Noman know what a vampire is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's
But-
in his mind now.
They're
but-
known.
But there's vampires generally don't play with their food in this way.
That's okay. True.
They might
Okay.
play with their food. They'll play with their food, but not necessarily.
To this level of aggression.
Yeah, and I think they have power that they wouldn't need to
Right.
drug someone to get them to be enthralled,
Gotcha.
if I remember.
Okay. That's deeply concerning. And Noman goes, "Oh shit," and doesn't explain himself at all, grabs the toxicology report and leaves.
And books it out of there. Okay.
Yeah, and he goes directly back to the house.
The toxicologist just like, what?
Well, no, first he goes to the apothecary and like hands the toxicology report and says, "Find this shit," and then he leaves again.
So you walk in, so you go in to read some things, you hand it off. It just you go, "This is for Carl." And
Yeah, Ethos wants this. Go. And bye.
okay, so now we're gonna
So we can go to somebody else now.
Does Noman tell anyone that he's doing this?
Who's in? Okay,
He
is
would
me?
have to tell like the desk sergeant as he's going.
He would have to
by.
say, "Hey, I'm hitting a lead at."
You would- given what you're doing, you'd probably relay that to Percy. Percy's kind of like got the experienced,
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
grizzled vet, you know.
I'd be like heading back to the Van Dyne house. We fucked up. We missed something.
No, someone grabbed the wine.
No, I'm talking about all the blood.
Oh,
All of his blood wasn't there. It's a problem.
No, that's actually a good response from Percy. Like, no, someone grabbed the wine.
Yeah.
No, we got that. Did Elytrana, was there more interrogation that needed to happen here?
Oh God.
Well, we got all three. Everyone else has gone through their stuff.
Well, we have Meat who's going to go down to the bar.
Mhm.
All right, let's go.
Which will be
down.
amazing.
Let's head. Well,
Let's go ahead with meat stuff.
Right, meat.
Mate.
Change clothes
into.
into like something more casual.
Okay.
Um,
I'm trying to think of what Goliath casual
well,
would
it
look
would just
like.
be a loose-fitting tunic and like.
It'd be derelict.
pants. Yeah, but no. Like he's very much seen how people dress
Mm-hmm.
and kind of is trying to fit in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he doesn't want to be walking around in like leather armor all the time,
Mm-hmm.
like his watch armor. Like when he's on patrol, he'll wear that, but like you don't see your everyday person walking around the streets wearing
armor. Yeah.
wearing armor,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because again, bear in mind we're not hero level characters. We're
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah.
So meat is going to change into something a little bit more comfortable, and he's going to go to start the stank bug, I guess. Bring along a couple members of the watch,
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
just in case shit goes south.
Okay. And the stank bug is known to you. It's down by the waterfront. It's a dive.
It's a
It's a
dive
dive
and a half. It's a dive.
Yeah. And so at this time of day, we're talking early morning. So this is a lot of like the overnight shift folks that have been working, unloading the docks. It's a lot of dock workers that are coming in when their shift is over, and it might just be a nightcap for them. It might be getting, turning one on. It might
Or
be
get
tying one on.
breakfast before they go to bed or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And these are very. This is a very blue collar bar. This is very,
All right, so I'm gonna wander in,
Mm-hmm.
duck under the door, wait for the piano to stop playing and everyone to draw their guns.
Well, this is a bar they recognized you, and it's
Yeah,
not.
I mean, a cop lives there.
Yeah,
Yes.
but he's still a fairly intimidating figure in a
Yeah.
dockside bar. And who
Yeah.
knows what's being discussed.
Yeah, so it goes. There's a hush that falls over.
Yeah.
The piano guy just kind of looks up at you, and one of those because he. But this place is low ceiling, so you kind of are. You have to be kind of hunched over a little bit because you're not able to stand the full height
No.
in here. This is almost like built like the inside of a cargo ship, where it's like ships like old ships in the main did not have a lot of headroom in there.
Not at all. Alright, so I'm just gonna wander over to the bar.
Mhm.
Who's working right now?
Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Stivev.
Oh, Steve,
Steve.
Dave.
Hey, Steve, Dave. He like nods, and he was never one for words. He was more just there to. He was push a nail.
Who was on? Not last night, night before.
It was me. I was on.
All right. Was Bertram in here?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
time
That
he-
Ponce. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
he and those other two. Yeah, they were in here. Yeah.
What time they leave?
Let's see. They were pretty into their cups when they got here. They got here probably around 10. They were out by 1.
Now, does that line up with the timeline that we were given for the argument?
The argument happened prior to 10 o'clock.
So they arrived at 11.
So the timeline that you got from Greta and separately from Ilsa Van Dyne
Mm-hmm.
was that he had been there prior to 10 o'clock.
Right, but he
Having the
appeared
argument
at
is-
the stank bug at 11.
After 10 o'clock. He just said it was after. So I'm sorry. So prior to 10 o'clock, that was the argument with Dad.
Yeah. Then,
Okay.
so what I'm saying is it's perfectly logical for him to have left the Van Dyne house after the argument and
Mhm.
walked to the docks
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. The timeline. Yeah. The timeline. That it's possible. Yeah.
Right.
Because they probably would have also called a carriage. They're not gonna
Yeah, I figured.
walk.
Walk like a
Well,
commoner.
unless they're
Like a
trying to
commoner.
walk and like check out women or whatever. I don't know.
Well, no, because
Um,
you see, you come by in the carriage, man, and when you got that carriage, it's just like dialed in.
Yeah,
You know?
and they've got extra wheels on the wheels.
Yeah,
So
the
they've got
wheels, the
spinners.
extra wheel spins.
Brown
yeah,
kit
exactly.
lights.
But what's funny is that,
fairy fire underrunners, like. Yeah.
but they're all like
Yes.
the cheap.
Yes.
Ones. They're not like they didn't actually get like the good ones. They got like the cheap ones that they installed themselves.
Right,
Oh, man.
knowing what I know of,
God, this is hurtful.
knowing what I, sorry, got to be in character. Knowing what I know of, douchebag McGrabby Hands' usual routine, right? Where would he go after he leaves the stank bug?
So it could be that if he said he left around like 2 o'clock
1.
in the morning. 1. Steve would tell you he was not walking under his own power by that point. He was pretty done. So his friends they pretty much carried him out of here.
What was he drinking?
Well, he kept on insisting I bring out
Or
the
should
good
I,
wine.
Or should I ask what wasn't he drinking?
What wasn't he drinking?
Yeah, as in he tends to
Yeah.
go a bit around the bar, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he was hitting bottom shelf, acting like, but then telling people it was top shelf.
Usual bullshit. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten stabbed yet.
Yeah, I keep trying, but I miss. All right, thanks, Steve.
Uh,
And I'll pull out like a little pouch of gold or whatever,
Mhm.
and just thanks for his time.
threw coppers down on the and he just
Fine,
with that.
mate.
But he does this thing where he's kind of like cleaning the counter and like
He's-
almost like
Yeah.
and just there's a slight acknowledgement there but he's got to be like real subtle about it because you're a cop and taking money from a cop. And
Yeah, but I've been taking up his time, so.
no. He's okay with it, but he does this little sleight of
Oh, yeah,
hand
yeah, yeah, yeah.
to make it disappear before anyone sees it. So it's even like almost like before it even hits the thing and
Yeah.
clanks down, it's boom. Because you know the fuckers in here, the second they hear money hitting a counter, they're all they're like,
Bartenders know everything.
yes.
All right, so my next stop is the carriage companies.
So you're just going for the different the carriage carriers.
Well, the one that he usually uses, let's say that.
Call
Yeah.
1-800-CARIG.
Because
Yeah.
you said they grabbed the carriage
Wait,
to
is
the
that-
bar.
CAR. Damn
It
it! It
works.
doesn't. No,
Oh, does it?
it's one letter to.
So just take out one of the
T.
R's.
Yeah, just take out one of the R's. They don't know how to spell well.
Or it's the one where it's like it's just the number is too many, and you're just keep
Yep.
dialing.
You just don't care. You just keep pushing the
Yeah,
buttons.
you've got the one.
Because if they took a carriage to the bar
Yeah,
and he wasn't walking under his own steam and he managed to get home somehow, I'm
Yeah.
presuming he might have taken the carriage from the bar.
yeah. You're able to. Let's see. Would that be? Yeah, you would just probably start. You'd probably start just asking people around. Hey, do you remember?
Well, I do have urban survival for this.
Yeah,
Very,
let's do that one. I think that would be
for this very purpose.
exactly.
This exact thing.
This
And in the-
very,
and
this
in the
very
future-
porpoise.
In the future, I've added a new trait where you can take favored neighborhood
Oh, that's
nice.
cool.
instead of terrain. You know, instead of like a ranger's chosen terrain.
No, I
That
love
would
it.
Be
I love
an
it.
18 total.
Yeah. You're able to. So you're able to sort of start doing your thing. You walk the streets. You're asking questions of the locals, of the beggars that are in the neighborhood, of the local people that you just know from your time walking this beat.
The food stands, the
Yeah, just hey, did you see this last night? What have you seen? Did you see Bertram get put into a carriage? And they're able to identify the carriage and that you recognize the company. You know, they've got a dispatch station.
Yeah.
Kind of in this area because they get a lot of business. You know,
As you would.
either yeah. Even if it's just you're bringing people because it's merchants coming down to the docks to inspect the latest goods that are coming in and whatnot. So
So I'll head there.
yeah, so you head on there. You know, there's you got the secretary there at the front who's like, you know, it's not telegrams, but you know, like everything's, you know, they have like they've got like a row of sending stones that are like
Yeah,
specific to
certain
Like-
areas.
but even like the big merchants too have like the really really rich successful merchants have like their own dedicated sending stone magicked in where it's like they can just hit the button. Okay, yep, send regular. Then that's where they send like the stretch cart.
So, who do I see at the counter?
Margaret.
I probably don't know her as well as I know Steve.
Probably not.
So I'll walk up and I'll be like, "Good evening, madam."
Or good morning now.
Well, it's evening to me because I've not been to bed.
She's, okay, fair enough. How can I help you? You can see she's like very like yeah.
I'll pull out my badge.
Oh, is that what
open
the kids are calling it?
Open the wallet, put it and slide it so that it goes under her point of view.
Mm-hmm. And she stops.
Phrasing.
what? How was that? Never mind.
Because Brian started it with, "Oh, that's what the kids are calling it these days."
No, so she looks up and like up and up and up and
Don't tell me she's a gnome.
she is. So you have
He is now.
she is now. So she's like, look, okay.
I am making inquiries into the area about a carriage that may have been hired, not last night, night before, around 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
for the purposes of transportation of 3 incredibly drunk men.
Do you remember where they picked them up?
From near the stank bug.
And so she turns around and goes to this filing cabinet. Looks like a normal sized filing cabinet, and she pulls out the drawer. And the drawer comes out much farther than
Yeah.
it should. Like
It's a
there's almost
filing
like
cabinet of
Filing.
holding.
it's a quantum cabinet. And
Oh,
she's
what was that movie? Oh, where
Bruce
what's
Almighty.
his name? Yeah, Bruce Almighty, where the thing just comes out and goes.
Yeah. So
Yep.
she goes and she's like, look through, and she goes, okay, and she finds like the folder for the right night and brings it out and starts like, paging through, and she says, yeah, there was one that got called around then, 3 drunk, obnoxious guys. And she gives the address where they dropped him off. And
the
it's
address is.
yeah, Bertram's address
Right.
for his
So I'll
for
ta-
his,
I'll
for his
ask-
flats.
I'll ask for the driver's name.
God, you guys are killing me with names tonight.
Sorry. This is an investigation.
We need all
His
the names.
All right. Let me just say this: the name isn't important, right? The point is, I want to go to the driver
Right.
and get him to describe the people he picked up.
Okay.
To make sure that the 3 people he actually picked up were Bertram and his boys.
I got you. So, she says, oh yeah, he's actually out in the yard right now.
So I'll just go do that.
Yeah. So he's out in the yard and he's like wrapping up his shift. So he's like wiping down the horses. He's brushing the horses. Taking care of that.
I'm gonna walk up and like scritch one of the horses like between the eyes.
You're reaching down
Yeah.
to scratch.
And I'll show him the bag. Can I have quick questions? Won't take too much of your time, like maybe 2-3 minutes.
He says, "Sure, mind if I keep working while you do it?"
No, go ahead. 2 nights ago, outside the stamp bug, you picked up 3 lads drunk off their fucking nut.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Could you just tell me?
Yeah, real obnoxious.
Yeah. Could you just tell me what they look like?
And he describes them and describes one looking like a weasel, and
Bertram.
yeah, and the description that he gives is Bertram
I
Van
guys
Dyne.
hate him.
He's a piece of shit.
Well,
And
once
his-
I've got confirmation that they were in that carriage at 1 a.m.
And yeah, and the name and the description of the other 2 guy matches the
Alright.
description of his crew.
All right.
his
Once I've
boys.
got that description, I'll head back to the barracks.
Okay, so we're going to go back to the barracks now, and by this point, Navi and Clanger have arrived, dragging his crew. So both of them. Did you request that they were brought in irons?
No, I did just requested to have them brought there. They're going to be put in irons as soon as they appear before me.
Okay, so they're dragging both of them in, and like kind of like by the scruff of the neck, and they're both. You can see they're both kind of just like. They have the same expression as Bertram, where it's kind of like, "How dare you touch me? I'm better than you. Don't you know I pay your salary?"
It's like
Oh,
if
God.
their totem animal was Weasel.
Yeah, and it was just like
You guys realise I can make this whole problem go away, right?
and they're like giving like Nobby and Clanger a hard time, like, "Oh, you have no idea. I'm gonna have your job. You're gonna be stuck behind a desk for now. When my dad's done with you." And kind of
My
like
father will hear of this.
Yeah.
Right in mid sentence.
But they lack that alpha male.
Oh, there's too
here.
whiny. Yeah.
The sad part is being sat behind a desk is probably a better job than actually walking the streets of Baldur's Gate.
Almost certainly. Almost certainly. They're like, oh god, I fucking hope so.
But these guys both lack that alpha male gear that Bertram has. So Bertram's obviously like the ringleader here, and these are the hangers-ons, but they still have that kind of dripping of arrogance coming from them. And
That affluenza bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. And Nobby just has one and goes, "All right, where do you want him?"
I stare right at them and like, one of them did something in those, and they look like sort of like pillory things almost, like not like the full cage type thing, but like
Is it kind of like the handcuffs, but there's like 2 planks that are like
no. So pillories. We had 2 types of pillories. One was
Yeah.
a human-shaped cage, like
That was a
Okay.
gibbet.
tube that you
Yeah.
put people in.
Yeah.
Another one was actually just like a series of manacles that are fixed to the body at various places in order to hold a human body in shape, and it went over the head too.
Oh God.
It's like a body size set of manacles.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're getting in those, and they're being hung from the ceilings in their separate rooms.
I love it. You went from like, let's ask some questions to like, well,
God!
let's just torture some people.
It's a body horror.
Let's just torture
Again,
everyone.
I would like to point out,
Uh-huh.
I thought that Clues was supposed to be the one doing the seduction here.
No. So there, and when they do that, both of them are just like, "Wait, what? No, I want my barrister. I want my phone call, or I want my messenger. I want my." And Nabi and Clanger are both like, "All right, let's get him fitted," and they both drag him in. And Nabi just goes, "All right, put him in 2. I'll take him in 1," and they drag him in there, and you hear like all like the clasping and so they're all hung up there.
While they're doing this, I'm going to go and open what looks like a broom closet. I'm going to take out all these pseudo torture implements. They're basically covered in what might look like I've been using them on people. They're fake. They're entirely fake. They're not even metal. They're painted.
They're painted to look that way.
This is something we got from a local theater company after they were caught embezzling or something, and
you just kept them around.
Yeah.
Just
for
kept them
this
around.
very purpose.
Yep. And I'm going to let them stew for like a good 15 minutes, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to have Clanger and Nabi do rock paper scissors.
Okay.
And whoever wins, that's the person I'm going to go, whose room I'm going to go into, with the tools, served looking like they're dripping wet, and saying, "I've been told everything."
So you're walking. So let me see here. Whose room are you going to go into? Give me 1 second.
I can flip a coin real quick.
No. I have a. So you're going into Trent's room.
Oh no, his name is fucking Trent. Oh,
Friends? Oh
Trent.
my god.
Trent. Trent. Trent.
God damn it.
Oh no, there needs to be a Y in there somewhere.
Trynt.
Trent.
Yeah. Trent.
Is the other one Chaz?
No.
Yes.
No.
It is.
Jazz!
How did you know? How did you know? It's seriously what I wrote down.
He's got feathered bleach hair.
Oh no.
Oh man. No, just bleach.
Oh, you
tips.
really already selected that as a name?
That is actually. I'm trying.
Oh
There it
man.
is. You can see it backwards. Yeah, it's.
I hate you both. Both of you are evil.
So you're going into Trent's room first.
Yes.
All right. And you're saying. And
Douchebag names or
Oh,
something.
I'm going to walk in there, and I basically have what looks like a hook on a pole, and I'm going to say, "He told me everything. Confess."
Inquisitor Percy.
And that, my friends, is where we're going to end tonight's game.
Oh no!
To avoid heresy.
Oh.
I think some heresy occurred. Well, let's go get the tools. Man, I don't know if I could endure another horrifying 2 children.
Before
Mom has
we
a
end the
question.
game, I would like Clues to get to do something in the second half. Because she hasn't done anything since the break.
Clues, is there anything that you need to achieve?
My whole goal after all this,
Mhm.
since everyone's basically out of the room and I don't know who's supposed to be my watching handlers, but basically just some meathead in the office is going to come in. So I just kind of want to look at him. Under no circumstances is anyone to open this door until I say so. Very seriously, straight faced. You know she's being serious.
Mm-hmm.
I already see Bob dying. And I want to
she's
go
got
into
this.
the
And
room.
she's, do a persuasion check for me.
Okay. That was my persuasion. I get +5 again.
Yep.
Okay. 23.
He's convinced.
All right.
I got
Why
18.
can't you fuckers roll like this during the actual game?
I know.
To be fair,
It's the same D20.
no,
I've
there's
been using
there's
too.
nothing I can use to explain it. Never mind.
He is the Ice
So-
Queen wins this round. He is definitely convinced.
Special Agent E tells you to do something.
Yeah.
God damn it, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's one of those like, no, I do not want this door open under any circumstance until I say so.
Mhm.
And I want to go in there, close it with firm. I'm this way, and I turn around, do the saunter over,
Mm-hmm.
sit down where I was right next to him on his side of the table before,
Mm-hmm.
cross the legs, lean in, and that's where I'll leave it.
God, you got some
Activist.
like.
Bob's gonna die.
What
What was that movie with Charlize Theron? Fatal Attraction?
Uh-huh.
No, that wasn't Charlize Theron.
Was it not? Oh,
No, that was
Oh, that was way further back.
Sharon Stone.
Yes,
That was
Thank you.
Basic Instinct.
Basic
that's
Instinct.
the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I apologize. I get that.
Was Charlize Theron in a similar movie?
What was the movie?
Basic Instinct? Was she ever in a similar
Basic
movie? To
Instinct was Michael Douglas
Archer.
and
Oh, that yeah.
And
uh,
Archer.
This should be table talk.
Table
Yeah,
Talk.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
Sorry.
so we are going to wrap this game up for this evening. We are definitely going to be coming back at some point to Faerun by Torchlight. In 2 weeks, we will be returning likely to our regular game, unless something changes. But we'll be back in it. So thank you everyone who tuned in for this week's game. We'll obviously be able to catch up on YouTube, catch up on the podcast, catch up on the VOD. And if you haven't checked us out before, I would say, you know what? You're probably caught up on C Team, so why not get caught up on EatDrinkRoll? Give us a shot. It'll be fun.
Porque
I
no
promise.
estos.
It's fun. This is just a random offshoot.
We're fun. It's okay. So we're going to take a real quick break, and then we'll come back with Table Talk. So, but if we lose you at Table Talk, we will see you guys in just a couple weeks. And obviously, stay tuned to our Twitter channel so you can see what's coming up throughout the week with Monkey Monday, Wow Wednesday, with late to the game,
Which is not happening this week because I'm out of town.
but
Yeah,
it
he's
will come
where
back
I am.
again in Seattle. So, all right. We'll be back in just a few minutes for Table Talk. But for everyone else, thank you very much for tuning in for this week's game.